What is going on, everybody? Back on at Vagabond 231, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Is that right? 31, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are in the middle of Takezo's 1v70 battle. I was trying to keep a head count of how many we were killing, but the panel started going crazy. We couldn't even really tell. We've at least taken out 10. If not, I think we could say we've probably taken out 20. I would probably guess somewhere between 20 to 30. But again, I don't have a head count. I would like some random fodder to say, oh man, I can't believe this. There's only blank amount of us left. Just give me a raw number here to kind of let me know. It's also interesting, like, who they choose to pick and who the author picks and choose to kind of give final moments to, which, you know, that's typically how it goes, and at least from the manga and the anime that I've read and seen, of like when someone's about to die, good or bad, you know, good guy, bad guy, whatever, you know, they'll start playing the sad music and give us a flashback, or, you know, they'll start thinking back to how they got here, what it was, or whatever the reason may be. And we've had it in Vagabond, and we've not had it. It's just so wild who they pick and choose, because like we'll have guys that we got introduced to maybe like less than a chapter ago, and right before they're about to get done and dusted, they'll get 2 to 3 pages or even more dedicated to like their backstory, their upbringing, and then they'll get one shot. And then we get Ueda here, who honestly, he's been a pretty prominent character depending on the arc. First time we met him, you know, he was pretty front and center as far as characters go. As far as characters go in an arc. And then he was a pretty decent front forward character when our main protagonist was, you know, going through an arc. And then he was, I wouldn't say like a prominent character, but he played a part in probably the second most important protagonist so far in the story, with Kajuro, and the time they ran into each other in Kajuro's flashback. And then when we come back around again for maybe one of the biggest arcs that we've had so far, he's a pretty prominent character again in not wanting Denchichiro to go out there, looking for a replacement, Denchichiro kicking him out, him attempting to assassinate Takezo before the fight starts, him getting reinstated as the head of the school, and coming up with this plan about ambushing him in 1v70 and how they're going to rebuild the brand and do all these things. So like, he's been a pretty prominent character throughout the 230 something chapters that we've had, in my opinion, at least as far as characters go. I mean, of course, you want to say Takezo at the top, maybe say Otsu, and say Marahachi. But after that, I mean, okay, maybe you'll say Denchichiro, and then of course Kajuro that we've gotten in the last, you know, 50 or so chapters. But after that, he's probably right up in there in top 10, I would say, character arcs, stories, knowledge of. And I say all that about him because he was given nothing upon his death. Which, I mean, unless I'm reading it incorrectly, or that's not him, or they got it confused with somebody else, my man got half of a page dedicated to his death. And we didn't even get like internal monologue. There was no flashback, there was no nothing. It was like, oh shit, I don't even know if he said anything, honestly. He might have said like one or two like bubbles worth of words. That was like half a page worth, and then they didn't even give him another half a page or anything full, but they gave him a fourth of a panel of a page of him getting his head head sliced, and that was it. Like, that was it. And there's been a couple mentions of like, where's Ueda? And people like, I don't know. And some that were close were like, he's dead. And some that were far away were like, I don't know, we haven't heard anything from him. It's just like, wow. And I kind of like, I see and I get it, if that's what they're going for, of like, you know, this is the story, this is the path that these people choose for their life, going about, quote unquote, the way of the sword. It's not always this glorious, you know, you go out 1 versus 100 and you take down like 80, 90 and you're just this machine, or you go out in a blaze of glory on the battlefield and yada, 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 and you're the most world-renowned swordsman. A lot of these kids just leave home, and honestly, I wouldn't say end up like Marahachi, but similar to Marahachi. Either they don't even make it off their first battlefield, or they just like plot and scheme and lie and, you know, make up these stories about what I've done and what I haven't done, and just die off somewhere in a random town in the middle of the night with like no story, no glory, no nothing. Um, so that is like the reality of like, this is the way of the sword, this is the life that they're choosing. But I'm just shocked that Ueda got nothing. Especially with how prominent he was in this arc here. The whole Denchichiro thing of trying to cover for him and looking for a replacement and begging him please not to go, and then getting excommunicated, and then trying to stop Takezo and then getting reinstated, and coming up with this whole plan. It's just like, oh, here's a half a page for him, dead. So it's pretty wild. We know that we're not gonna die in this 1 verse 70. I'm curious if he actually does take out all 70, or if there's some kind of somebody or something intervenes, or they just decide to back off, or we'll see. Let's see what we got. Let's go over here and press play on that. Turn the volume up. Bop, bop, bop. Come over here. Turn that down. Hopefully we were recording to that whole 6 minutes. All right, here we go. 231 through 235. Oh, we're pulling to Otsu. But it's morning, come on. Oh, who are we? And I wonder if we ever catch up with like Akemi and shit again, or no? Probably not. Because we did see her for a little bit, because she was like Sojuro's little like toy on the side. Or maybe they did really like each other. But now that he's dead, it's like, and it seems like now that he's dead, number one, and that there's no reason for us to return to this town really ever. Now that we've killed the two brothers, the school's going to be nothing. We've gone 1 through 70. Like, what would be the purpose of us returning? I'm curious of like, do we ever even see Akemi or her mother ever again? Like, why would they be, unless it's just some random point in the story that somebody's thinking about Matahachi or Takezo. I liked her character for the little bit we had her on screen, but she's just been kind of so not existent that, you know. Jeez. Oh god. And these aren't even like you could be alive for a while after an injury like this. Like, that's just so painfully, like, shockingly painful. It's not like he split him like right down the middle, which nobody would really be able to say that you don't feel anything during that, because people that get split down the middle of their head, I'd say 99.9% of the time don't live, nor can they express like, oh, I feel this, or how's that feel? So you would say, oh, I'd rather get split in the middle of the head, but you don't know that. You might feel a lot, and it might take a while for you to bleed out. You just can't respond because your brain just got split. But here though, like, everything's pretty much still intact. You just have a major injury, like major, that you probably will die from. But this just seems like a painful way to go. Hopefully you're just in so much shock that you just faint and pass out from the blood loss, and then you just die. Who knows, but we are starting to get tired. Kill, get him. Where'd he go? Where's Musashi? Out of my way? Out of my way, and then just gets dotted like that? Lost both his damn arms, I think, or at least one. Ooh wee. Oh god. He's trying to go pick up his hand. That guy's dead. I thought I already cut this man down. Yeah, me too. He's still going. Wow. And see, that's what's so fucked, is like, you really need to make sure you kill shot these guys, because even if you like he fucked this guy up clearly. If one of them is able to just have the adrenaline to like stand back up and like grab you by the leg and get you to like look at that once, or stumble you or anything, like, you're just screwed against this many people. Yeah, it's rough. Oh god. Some of these have been, I mean, we've had a lot of like brutal like knife cuts and slices, but some of these in this 1 verse 70 have been ridiculous as hell. Like, what the hell is going on here? Oh man, I've cut so many, yet they keep coming at me. That's what I'm saying. We don't have a... Someone's behind him. Someone was behind him. I cut him? He did. All it takes is one. It's time. Here we go. Yes, sir. Alright. I mean, we are getting a little worn down, I won't lie. Mihara, Takashima, your death shall not be in vain. This, I swear, I won't let that happen. I mean, they look intimidating in their little squad up picture here. Let's see if it turns out to anything. Yeah, you did get hit, man. How many we got around us right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus he's walking up with another 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do we think he's gone through 50? I think that might be a little too much to say that we've cut down 50. 30 to 40 though, for sure. Halfway? Yeah. You see what I'm saying though? It only takes a couple of them, or him to be out of breath, or hesitate for 2 seconds. You get a nick here, and a slice here, and a cut here. We've gotten sliced in the back, we've gotten sliced in the leg. Not accounting for already the amount of energy that we've expended killing 30 plus men. I kill, and kill. Here we go. Now attack. Here we go. He's on the ground. And he has his leg held. What's that dude just throw fucking dirt and mud in his face? He slices and misses. We're back up on our feet, retreating a little bit. Get 1, get 2. Maybe even get 3. Wait, this is no different? Oh, hold on. No matter how many of them I cut down, they keep coming at me. Wait, this is no different? It's no different from the way I live my life, is it? Yeah. These two, I mean, the one that he didn't even really talk to. But they've both been trying to like express this thing. Like what he's doing now, even if he succeeds, right? It comes out 1v70. You know, and the tail spreads across the land. He still is yet to grasp or get a hold of what true power is, what it means to be strong, you know? And he's still doing the same shit. Like, these two old men pop up in his head all the time, so clearly he thinks about it. But right now he really can't let that, like, we gotta do some shit. Don't stop it. Don't stop the flow. What in the world am I thinking? Why continue to create this heap of corpses? As he's probably... How many men do you think he's killed? Since the time since he left out for battle. Do we think he's even killed this many men in his entire life up to this point? 70? This might rival the amount of men he's killed in his entire life, just from what we've seen on screen. And so I say that to say he's gonna double his death count in one like outing here. And now it dawns on him like, why continue to create these heaps of corpses? Like, I don't know, man. You tell me. Create corpses? That's an odd way to put it. And he's going through this thought process while he's like in the flow at the same time. What just happened? And see, I was gonna say, you know, he's thinking about all this while he's in the flow, but then we're getting hit now. And this is what I was saying. All it takes is one person willing to like really sacrifice themselves to just grab him, tackle him, cause any hesitation to where he can't just break free and get a good stance, and you're just screwed. Luckily, anybody that's gotten a grab or a hold on him, he's been able to like disengage very quickly. That was 232. Damn. All right. We've lost so many. It's no use. It's over. What are you saying? I can't watch my fellow swordsmen die like this. Are you going to run away? Life will find a path. Damn it, I'm scared too. Then let's quit. But I won't run. Why not? Because I'm just too angry? It's an interesting question, right? Because, you know, he says we've lost so many. It's no use. I don't want to sit here and like watch any more of these people die. So it's like, do you want to sit there and watch your friends, your comrades continue to die? Or do you want to try to avenge them, but you probably will end up with the same fate? So it's like, is dying in the name of avenging them worth dying? Or is walking away and trying to just like live a life a better way of trying to like avenge them? That's a question you'd have to ask yourself. I guess it also would be a question of like, do you actually have a chance? Because there's really no reason to like throw your life away for like a fruitless endeavor, right? Sometimes power is power. So, well, in anime, you know, sometimes it works out, anime and manga, because you get the power of whatever. Power of friendship, power of main character, power of plot, power of ability, power of just power. Whether that's you're just the most skilled, you've got the most, whatever you want it to be, chakra, nen, haki, etc. But this has never really been a story to, not never been a story to, it never has, to where there's like an inner demon or destiny or child of prophecy or whatever. So there's going to be none of that here. They know that, we know that, right? So at the end of the day, power is power, and they don't have enough. So it's like, do you just go avenge just to say? But then it's like, who are you saying you avenge to? Because you're dead. If you run out there and just get slapped and two-tapped, are you okay with that? Knowing that like, hey, my buddies went down, but guess what? I went out swinging, trying to avenge them, and that's what I'm okay. Like, I could die knowing I at least tried. Then sure, fine. But would it, or is it better off to like lay down the sword, quit this way of life, and go live a quality life, and whatever that might be? Maybe you become successful in something else. Maybe you start a family, have kids, whatever. Is that more of a way to honor them? Or is it more to just run out there and die just to say you did attempt to? I guess that depends on who you ask, really. Because like the guy says here, you know, let's quit. But then this guy says, I'm just too angry. So it's like, do you just, which way do you go? Okay, no more second thoughts. He may be strong, but he's only a single man, made of flesh and blood. Everyone rush him all at once. Guys, I feel like you've been saying that. You said that at like 70 people, right? You said it at 60, 50, 40. I'd say we're probably somewhere around like 20 to 30. I feel like they've been saying like, no honor, enough of this. Everybody like run at him all at once. You've been saying that, and the results are like not changing. So what's the play? Everyone rush him all at once. We're prepared to die. Life finds its way. Life finds its way a path. The path towards survival. What is this, like him as the cat surrounded by like endless mice or rats? Like at Musashi, his own swords are sheathed at his side, and he's wielding one he just picked up. Yoichi Sensei? This is it? Swarm him all at once? Well, I've been saying, you know, they've been saying, what is it they've been saying for the last, like, every time they lose 10 people, everyone rush them all at once, like they've been saying it, right? I feel like we've yet to see them actually put that into plan. They still are kind of like loosely going one-on-one, or like 2 at a time, 3 at a time, but they've not like bum rushed him 10, 15 at a time. But granted though, you're also getting in each other's way, but it's like, hey, we take the chances, right? We're already dying. I think this is the first illustration that we've seen of where he's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, like really all going at the same time. Not like 9 are going, but like two in while the other kind of like double dutch out. It's like, okay, I'll go, and then you know, there it looks like he's getting like a good 10 going in at one time. This is their best bet. Let's see how it goes. This is it. Swarm him all at once. Don't stop the flow. Don't be forced to go on the defensive. Here we go. Here we go. I mean, we're headbutting. We're doing anything possible here. Look at this crazy son of a bitch. Oh! That's what I'm saying, though. Do you see this guy right here? He just got his shit bashed in, right? But he grabbed, he fucking koala beared him. And he's just like, you're fucked up there. You've got a whole grown human on you. Full grown man. That you've got to discard quickly, as there's going to be another 10 rushing at you in that same instance. And he's fucking you up. Like, he's biting your ear, and who knows? Oh, man. Did we? I mean, we had to. I'm sure we lost a chunk of ear there, no? I'm almost positive. I mean, he got rid of that guy quickly. Yeah, we did lose a piece of our ear. Damn. I mean, there's no way you go 1 versus 70 and don't suffer some loss. If you told me we came out of here with like a sliced leg and a sliced back, that's just not even realistic in my opinion. But yeah, we're getting so it's going a little crazy here. All right, here we go. It's like the last good leader with a push here. Amazing. Impossible for me to fight him on my own. Eyes, ears, feet. What's happening? A change of tactics. There's no longer trying to finish me off with one blow. They're no longer trying to finish me off with one blow. It's no longer 70 successive matches. Correct. They're over here throwing dirt, bloody dirt in his face and shit. Yeah. We're literally just trying to get you razzled enough to just fuck him up. And like I said, if he thought he was going to get, like he said, successive 70 matches, you're crazy. You're lucky that it's essentially been that up to this point. All right. Did he just throw one, sheath one? What's happening here? I'm just waiting for like somebody to really get his ass. Like actually get in there. Oh, speaking of the devil. What is Ueda gonna get his last final statements here, or is he like really just DEA dead? Oh god. Master Ueda? No, a single stab to the throat. Who is that? This dude threw up. Water, give me some of that. Look at this crow. He can't wait to get at me. Is this Ueda right here? Okay. I can't die just yet though. Alright, so this was my big discussion at the beginning. There's just, they've given lesser characters like chapters worth of flashbacks. Or chapter worth of flashbacks. It just wouldn't make sense to me that I wouldn't mind it. Because like I said, they've done a very good representation of like the way of the sword is not fair. You know, you don't always get like a happy ending or a memorable iconic death or anything. Some people just die out in a ditch under a tree by themselves, you know, or out in a battlefield just alone. And I would have been okay with that. It just shocked me that they chose to do that, but it looks like he is going to get a moment, whatever that may be. I don't know. All right, 234. We got 2 chapters left. Ueda, Musashi cut me down, but my eyes still see. My hands still have use. All right. This is a lot to deal with at the moment. You're up early. I would have loved for him to see this, because we've yet to see him be able to actually comprehend any text like stories. Like he's deaf, but he doesn't seem to take in information, you know? So like even if he sees this written somewhere or someone tries to explain it to him in a way that like he actually could understand, whatever that way is for him, I don't think he would be able to grasp and understand that like one guy killed 70 swordsmen. I don't know how you would express that to him and get him to listen and comprehend what that means. So I would love for him to see this, but clearly he's not. Good morning to you too, Kojuro. What, you're asking about Musashi? He's gone? I believe he said he was leaving Kyoto. Okay, hold on now. There's a little bit of communication here. No, see, you need to add a stroke here and here. He stopped bringing girls over. He stopped bringing girls over, but now you almost have it. There you go. He spelt his name. Where's Musashi? Where's Musashi? He asks at least 3 times a day. They must have struck a chord with each other. If he could see us now. I would wonder, like, for each of them, do you think either of them would jump in to help? Like we're currently going 1v70, right? Do you think one of them would jump in to help the other one? Or do you think it would be more in character for them to watch and be astonished and want the other one to come out successful 1 versus 70? I don't know. Oh, that's tough. And do you think they both would have the same reaction? I would want to say like Kojuro, I'd want to say Kojuro would be the one to like step in. And not so much to help, just because maybe to help / also just be involved. I feel like Takezo would be more the one to like watch it and understand like, well, that's the way of the sword. If the kid survives it, he survives it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Who knows? Amazing. Still wrong here. Alright, we're back in. Got him. Go for his eyes. Jesus Christ. So it's gotten to the point of like, okay, we're not only bum rushing him, we're throwing shit, dirt. Like, I mean, again, there's no rules, and that they knew that from the jump. See what I'm saying? See, now this is the problem, and this is, of course, this is why you like. Sometimes it's not the best. Of course, you bum rush with 50. There's no way 50 men that close quarters could even make an accurate attack and not hit somebody. And what are they going in here with 10 and they're already accidentally hitting each other? Sorry, what are you doing? Attack him all at once? Huh? My eyes? Is it the mud? No. What the fuck? Different colors? Uh-oh, he's going further beyond. You bastard, I'll kill you. You're lying. Eh? In a true fight, opponents must be mutually prepared for death. You're in the way. You don't have the resolve to die. Oh shit. He's calling out their resolve man to man. And that's what he sees. That's what I guess he means by the different colors. If you want to live, I'll let you go. Just don't come near me, because if you do, you bastard. He just threw up. Guys over here. Alright. I mean, he tried. No, I mean, he actually tried. Like, he was going to give you up, and you did it. What do you want to do? It's not like he sought him out. You came after us. You leave me no other choice. Jesus. Alright, 1 chapter left. These have been some pretty good chapters here. Where are we at time? Ooh, 29? Yeah. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Okay, someone got their hands on him again. Let's see how this goes. Damn it, this is futile. The truth of the matter is, the heir of the sword is long gone. Correct. Which, in like any story, you kind of see. Well, it depends if stories choose to write timelines that mesh like that, but you'll see that in a lot of stories where like the sword period or the heir of the sword starts to overlap and mesh with other weapons, cannons, gunpowder, guns in general. That like the sword becomes obsolete and just not smart, you know? Give me what? 15 men with guns over like what? 50 with swords. So I'm curious if, like, and so many people have dedicated their life in this story to, like, the way of the sword. What happens when the way of the sword becomes obsolete? Do you just, like, put it down? Because you're going to get to a point where, like, there's not even going to be enough quality swordsmen for you to even fight. People are going to be like, sure, I'll fight, and just, like, pull out their gun. And it's like, you just lose that. An amateur person with a gun could take out a master swordsman, you know? So I'm curious what happens to some of these guys, like Kojuro and Takezo, when the story gets close to the end. It's like, as more time goes on, like, they're getting past the way of the sword. Like, it's not the only useful weapon out there, or the best weapon. So then what do these guys do? Like, find something else to do, I guess. The mighty Yoshiaka, we hold our heads up high and proud, but we're merely a collective of men left behind the times. It's too late for us to find another way. Utterly displaced. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what do you do? But you saved me, meeting a man like you. Oh wow, he's got him grabbed. It made me realize I don't regret living by the sword. You've risen to heights far beyond us, such great depth. You've gone so far. Thank you, Musashi. Thank you. I mean, he's on us. Rush him all at once. And this is it. I've been talking about this for the last, I don't know, what, 15 chapters that this has been going on? 10. It takes one person to get him on the ground. And there's been a couple that have, but haven't been able to hold it. But how many times can he keep escaping that, like, grapple on the ground? He's gotten out of it like 2-3 times. It takes one person to actually successfully hold him for longer than 5 seconds. And I think you're just fucked. Does that foot, if this foot makes contact to his face, it's over, by the way. Because naturally you think he'd be knocked out or so concussed and dazed that they'd have him stabbed up 30 times before he could even realize what's happening. Oh my god, did we just get hit in the face? Move away from him, Yoshi-sensei? Cut him down, do it now? Oh, he actually did get kicked in the face. This is it for me? Go right through me to stab him? Come on now, all at once? But you'll be... How many have already died? Forget about me? I mean, they have... This is their moment. 50-something... 40 to 50-something men have died for a chance at a moment like this is it. If you give this man 2 seconds to just, like, shake it off and get him... I don't know. We'll see what they decide to do here. Oh? Oh god, see, he got up. Now what? They hesitated. And it cost them. They hesitated. That was their moment. That was their chance. So heavy. My body feels heavy. Everything's so heavy. Hey, what do you want to do? They had their moment. That was it. They've been waiting and waiting and watching their guys just die and die and die. And that was it, and they blew it. So, I mean, it's pretty clear the writing's on the wall here that he's going to get out of this. I'm very curious, like, do we actually put down all 70? Or do you think we get maybe to the last 15 or 10 and they just decide to just turn tail and run? You know, just pack it up and call it a day. And I'm curious of how the tale will be spread through the land. And that's interesting to see Kojiro's looking for him. And are we never going to get the Matahachi delivering that certificate / note to Kojiro ever? I really would like to see that, because I would like to see what memories that would trigger with Kojiro. Pretty sure we didn't get that, right? Like, he meant to give it to him, and then Kojiro left for the bathroom, and then they never linked up again after that. Yeah, that's a story point I'm looking forward to seeing. And I don't know if it'll ever be addressed, but, like, what happened to the master disciple and the other kid that they ran into that, like, had the flag of walking around calling himself invincible or whatever? Those are just some storylines I'm curious if we get to. And then we had Otsu there for, like, the opening page, but that was it. So that was interesting. It's a very interesting developing point of, like, they've been saying it within this story. They've been saying it for, I guess, maybe I'd say over a year span, or slightly more than a couple of years, that like the sword, the way of the sword is dying, number one. And you could say because of it, or at the same time, it's also becoming obsolete. Like we're seeing guns and weapons being used that are much better than swords. So it's like these, like he said, the Yoshiaka is just a collection of people left over that like have nowhere to go. Like the way of the sword isn't it anymore. So we're kind of just like, we committed our lives to these things, and it's like, what do we do? It could be like with anything in life that becomes obsolete over when technology and innovation and things take over. It's like, if you dedicated your life to making phone books or making house phones or bikes or horse and buggy, and all of a sudden cell phones become a thing and people don't use house phones or have a reason for phone books anymore because you could just look up numbers. It's like, well, damn, my father was in the phone book business, his father before him, and then me, and we dedicated our lives to that. And now you're like in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and they don't even sell them anymore. So it's like, well, dang, what do I do? This is kind of what I've dedicated my life to doing. And it's like the horse and buggy. You know how many horses I bought and buggies I invested in and things? And now all of a sudden, vehicles and cars are a thing. Electricity. So it's kind of like, what do I do now? And I feel like we're getting there here. So I'm curious of like, if that becomes like a major plot point of like, there's just no more swordsmen to even go test the way of the sword anymore. What do people like Takezo, Kajuro, the Yagyu's grandson, like, what do, I don't know, better find another hobby, I guess. So we'll leave it there and see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,